If I look a little bit mismatched today, it's because we didn't do any eye products today. So I have nothing on my eyes, but I do have a table full of brand new products. And I want to see what's worth it. These are all releases within the past week or so. We got Make Beauty, we got Patrick Ta, Hourglass, Nars, Violette FR, Lisa Eldridge, all sorts of good stuff up here. And we're going to go into it right now. I want to demo it all. Like I said, I'm a little lopsided, no eye products today, so there's nothing on my eyes. But yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun with all of these products and see what I recommend and what I don't. I am a fashion and beauty editor, you guys. I have been doing this for over 25 years in print, and I have reviewed thousands of products. So I hope to be your go-to for what you should be spending your money on in this fairly crowded, diluted beauty space, and what you could safely put away your wallet, you know, and not have FOMO about. So let's go ahead and get into this multifaceted, lopsided look that we're creating today with all of these new products from these beautiful brands. Stay with me, here we go. Okay, the first products I have are from a smaller, newer brand that I often talk about called Make Beauty. They have these shimmers for the eyes that I absolutely love for a one and done. This is actually the only products that were sent to me in PR are the two Make Beauty products. Everything else I purchased, but I want to share it with you. This is the Make Diffusion Dew Radiant Skin Tint. It comes in 14 shades, but I got it in Beige 3. It's $32, and it is a sheer and buildable skin tint, which I have been playing with a little bit. I'm going to use it with a brush, but you could use this with your hands. It's a skin tint. This isn't necessarily even the newest. It's kind of new because everything from Make is new, but it's new to me, and I really just like featuring their products because I think they're really nice. Really nice. They always impress me. And let me just show you this. We're not going to do a wear test or anything on this because it's been around and I've even worn it, but they sent some over and I wanted to share it with you and show you kind of how it works. Isn't that pretty? And it's really brightening, it's blurring, it's buildable. It's starting to get warm here in Southern California. It's kind of always warm, but it's starting to get really warm. And so this is a really nice feel. Kind of just feels nice and cool, and it's just a light little tint, just kind of refreshing. And doesn't it look pretty? Okay, let me do the other side, and I will speed it up. It's nice, it's comfortable, it's brightening while still being blurring. I know the color could be a little bit deeper on me, but it actually works even with my neck. It's just kind of nice on light makeup day, but I'll even wear this for nicer occasions if I put enough concealer with it. Also, they sent along with it their Diffusion set, which is a translucent pressed powder. And though it's translucent, it comes in 5 shades. This is the light medium. I'm not going to use it under the eyes because we have to talk about this Patrick Ta situation here. I normally would, but I'll just show you now how beautiful it is, satiny, and it's just it's a very reliable, so I'm going to use it around the nose and in the T-zone. Normally I would also put it under the eyes, but see how it just kind of, especially with a skin tint like this where you can go a little bit too glowy in the T-zone there. It's just a really nice, reliable powder. I have never tried anything from this brand that I have disliked, and this being no exception. So think about that. Again, $32, 5 shades, though it's translucent. Also $32, 14 shades, lovely for summer. Everything here is going to be linked below, but also where I can, I'll put it here in YouTube shopping on screen. All right, I'm kind of dreading this next product, and I'll tell you why. Not because the product itself is dreadful, but because A, it's been so controversial, and B, it is so fussy. Okay, this is the Patrick Ta Beauty Transition Blurring Blush Duo and Liquid Transition Brightening Blush. And the reason I go, ugh, is I love Patrick Ta, but he has been put through the ringer for this particular product release. And there are problems with it, and there are great things about it. But the first thing I want to say is something I always and often say about Patrick Ta. Patrick Ta is misunderstood. I have a whole video that's called that. What I mean by that is Patrick Ta makes products that are very nuanced, that are very reliant on layering, that are very reliant on how you put them together, and are very reliant on subtly building a look. When Patrick Ta does it on his celebrity clients and on beautiful people in general, they look amazing. I would do anything to have him do my makeup. But as you guys know, nobody would have anything to have me do their makeup. I'm a journalist. I'm not a makeup artist. So to me, these multi-step, even his blushes, when I go into his pretty blushes, I end up using the powder or the cream. I don't generally layer them. Patrick Ta layers and then layers and then layers and then... Okay. This is... We're not going to spend much time on this because it's been covered. I've been avoiding it because... I haven't been avoiding it because it's controversial. I've been avoiding it because it's a little bit boring for me. Again, this is a fussy Patrick Ta product. I don't really want anything to do with it. Basically, what this is about is taking a concealer, and I have his concealer right here, leaving it there, blending the concealer into the blush. So you put like your concealer on, like I said, this is his concealer, and then you blend the blush into it, and he's expecting that you're going to use his blush. We have other blushes here to use. We've talked about his blush enough. And then he wants you to blend your blush and your concealer in with these two products, which are sold separately, which is a bit weird, okay? So we have the Transition Blurring Blush Duo, $30, 5 shades. I got it in the shade Shy at first. And then the Liquid Transition Brightening Blush for like the outer edge, and that's $34, 4 shades. And none of this is blush. All of this is supposed to be something that blends into blush. So I'll put this pink on the outer portion. I don't know what I'm doing, nor do I care. And then we have the Transition Blurring Blush, which is the inner portion, and you can use one or both. So let's use both. I don't know. And we'll put that there, and then we'll kind of blend it all in together, and then this will brighten the eye and then blend into the blush. And actually it kind of works. It's too many steps for me already. And oh, by the way, just watch the comment section. Here's how you did it wrong. Don't bother, don't care. Never going to take this many steps. Not a makeup artist. I'm a journalist. As a journalist, you should be researching how... I tried, I don't know. I immediately got bored. Okay, so... Actually, kind of cool though. I mean, do I look a little more awake? Okay, and then you have the blush. Now, if Patrick Ta were here, not only would he be shaking his finger at me, he would be doing a better job. Somewhere in here, you put the actual blush on and then blend it all together. I did not do that. So the idea being that we have two products here that are going to meld the concealer to the blush itself. So the blush itself probably should have been included. Ideally, if you're doing this whole system, it's with Patrick Ta. Where does but you know, I kind of did it. I'm going to add the blush in because we're reviewing another blush. We've reviewed Patrick Ta blushes. Rebecca, we want to see you do the whole thing with Patrick Ta. You know, first of all, the other reason I'm avoiding it, I mean, it's interesting, and I certainly look more awake. It's just another step to complexion, really. And we'll blend some blushes in with it. I do have some blushes here. This is a technique, frankly, that's been used with a lighter hand. You know, like if you take a darker blush and you just have a lighter hand or a fluffier brush, it's a technique that's been used since like the 20s. Lisa F. reminded me, a longtime viewer and member of my channel, I have a membership here, that Kevin Aqua did it. It's been used forever, but we do have Painted by Esther has been doing it a lot, and then we have Patrick Ta, who I guess seemed to kind of claim it was his, but apparently invited Esther to, I don't know. There's a lot of controversy. I don't know there's a lot of finger pointing. So I can't take sides because frankly I don't know enough, and so I don't want to step in and do that. But there's been a lot of controversy about it. To me, it's an age-old technique that is something that Patrick Ta has been using and really fits in with his way of doing makeup, and so he capitalized on it. That's what I know, and that's what we're leaving it as. I'm not taking sides simply because I don't know enough about it. That is why I skipped it. It is interesting, though, and I mean, I'm not going to lie, it kind of looks pretty, and we're going to put some blush on now. Let's see what we think. Again, ideally for him, it would be with his blush, but we're going to play around with some others. We have the Violette FR Plume blush. This is a cream to powder blush that Violette tells us is kind of the best of both worlds, meaning the best of cream and the best of powder blushes, and it's cream to powder. First of all, it has a delightful cotton candy, or if you're in the UK, candy floss scent. It's got a really sweet smelling scent. It's $34. It comes in 5 shades. This is Ambre Rouge Fume, just kind of a dark shade. And it has a really interesting feel. It's almost like has a suede feel to it, I think is a good way to put it. We have another blush, so we're only going to put this on one cheek here, guys. But let's take a look at it. If we put it on this cheek here. So this is, I picked a dark shade because I only picked one of the 5 to review. And the reason I picked such a dark shade, you guys know this. If I'm picking one shade to review for you, I'm going to pick the darkest because that's the one that's going to misbehave. Okay, so and I'm going to blend it into the under eye kind of pink brightening tone I chose from Patrick Ta, and we'll see how it goes here. I'll overdo it a little bit. It's funny though, you guys, I'm kind of used to running my blush up here to kind of blend it. I think I've been almost doing it myself, and I guess I really don't have to now that we have this from Patrick Ta. And a lot of people are saying don't get it up here, so bad Rebecca. Okay, let me make it a little darker just so you guys can really see. And this is the deepest shade. No, I'm not pulling on my skin, but it did blend beautifully, didn't it? And it feels nice. And it's gonna definitely cream to powder. Almost feels like it's self-set. And that candy smell is actually kind of nice. And I don't smell it now that it's on the skin. It's just kind of a pretty sweet scent in here. It's not like fragrance. It's just kind of sweet. What do you guys think? That's really pretty. And look, I came in here saying that I didn't think but look at that. It's actually really pretty. That's really nice. Hey, I think Violette FR, I think that brand and Violette do some really interesting things. I like Violette FR better than I ever liked what she did for Guerlain, which was to me a little bit much. That's really pretty though. I just realized I don't have any mascara on. Oh well. Okay. Let's do some Nars. Okay, that's pretty. That's a pretty product from Violette. I'll definitely get another shade of that. Let's look at some Nars. Okay, this is our powder blush that we're going to look at today. This is the summer collection from Nars, and here is the light reflecting luminizing blush in Love Deep. This one is going to really work a little better with those pink shades I chose from Patrick Ta. Although I think really the shades I chose from Patrick Ta work because it kind of is just supposed to blend gently. It's not supposed to be like an obvious blush look. It's just supposed to blend the whole complexion together. So this is really pretty because the Nars, it's really, gosh, it's got a lot of, this is like a highlighter and a blush together. Light reflecting luminizing. They weren't kidding. And then there's a light reflecting luminizing stick in the shade Electra. I don't know that we really need a highlighter with this, but that's a pretty... So these really dewy highlighters are having quite the moment. You guys know I'm a huge fan of the Glossier Future Dew stick. This is kind of like that. We just looked at a product like this from Chanel in their dual ended for summer. And this is really pretty. Feels a little bit sticky and not necessary over this, but this looks like basically the Future Dew. I mean, I'll use the heck out of this because I love that that Future Dew. This one, let me swatch this for you. The Nars. Look at that stick. I mean, that's a little shinier than my Future Dew. My Future Dew's a little chiller than that. But that's really pretty. And that's out right now from Nars. Okay, now in terms of a highlighter for this side, we're going to jump to our next product release, which is from Lisa Eldridge. So Lisa Eldridge did this really cool thing with the Marilyn Monroe estate. They approached her, okay? It is not that she decided she would just go from, they worked together on it, okay? And she did this solid. This is from her Seamless Skin collection related to the skin tint, which I don't love. It's a little oily for me, but I know you guys love it. This is the Seamless Skin Elevated Glow, and this is in Butterfly Light. It's $38, but there's also another shade. She did a whole collection. We're going to try on today, also the Strawberry Blonde Velveteen Liquid Lip. This is like kind of a livelier, moussier version of her Velveteen liquid lip, and in the strawberry blonde shade. This could not be more up my alley. It's wonderful. This is $27, but this $38 Seamless Skin Elevated Glow, kind of in a solid, comes in 2 shades and is $38. But there's also a lipstick and a lip liner to this collection, which celebrates the beauty and the spirit of Marilyn Monroe. So I think Lisa Eldridge gets her name used. Lisa Eldridge advises to just kind of do this with fingers. You can do a brush, but she advises to just kind of tap it on with fingers. And I am already liking this more than the Nars. The Nars feels a little bit like in the heat, it would slide off my face. And again, the Nars collection, this blush is so luminous, it doesn't really need a highlighter. I feel like I'm kind of glowing a little too much. So this, though it feels a little bit wet in the compact, once you put it on your skin, it really behaves a little more. It's a little more intentional where you're putting it. And I think, see, look at the Nars the Nars is picking up the light more, no doubt, but it's also looking a little bit greasier. If I got hot and sweaty, this would just go. This is going to be, this is a little more, like I said, intentional. It's going to kind of stay where you pat it. And I think it looks a little more natural. It's a little more up my alley. This is a little more blingy in your face. And I would say the Glossier Future Dew that I mentioned is kind of right smack in the middle of the two. This is a little bit too much for me. And this is also, the Nars is going to point out texture, which we're already doing with this glowing blush. But this is really pretty. And again, this is called Butterfly Light, which is referring to that butterfly effect of lighting in Hollywood movies. It's right up there. Got a lot on my hand there. But look at that Nars glow, stealing the show, and not necessarily in a good way. It's just really out there, you know. All right, 2 lips to try on. As I told you, we're going to try on the Lisa Eldridge, but I want to first, because this is so red, I thought we would first hop over to another new release I want to look at. I'm kind of excited about, because I like these kind of products. This is the Hourglass Phantom Blur Balm. This one comes in 5 shades. I picked up the shade Enigma. This is $38. This is it rolls up, doesn't roll back down. You know how that goes, right? And here you go. This is the Hourglass entry into that blurring balm lipstick, which is all the rage right now. This one you roll up, but not back down, so be careful. And as you see, it's already blurring. There's a few different ways to wear this. You could do a kind of a defined lip with a liner, or you could do kind of a soft focus where you put it on and tap it. Hourglass is advertising it that way. You could do that with a regular lipstick too. So let's not get too caught up in the marketing speak, but let's try this. Mob Beauty has one of these that's fantastic. We've already looked at the MAC version of it, also fantastic. Merit has one. Who else has one? Everybody does now. Oh, YSL. Oh, this is an interesting. Well, that's super pretty. I'll tell you what's nice about it. Easy to put on. For a blurring lipstick, this is the only one in that category that I've noticed is also feels really hydrating. I'm looking at myself and that Nars is like ridiculous, that highlighter. But anyway, ridiculous, not necessarily in a good way. This one, wow, I could have put this on without a mirror. I think this might be moving into my the YSL was my favorite before, but the YSL is a bit of a drier formula, which you have to be careful about using it as a descriptor for a lip product, because you hear drying and you think, oh, no thank you. I don't mean it in that way. I just mean it's a little bit like a stiffer formula. This really feels like a balm, and you can barely see it. I'll be interested. This comes in 5 shades, but I'll be interested in trying this in other shades. That is a very wearable. Give that a try. If you like that blurring balm category, give that a try. That is a fun one. Okay, let's take it off though. That's nice. That is not going to last long though. No way. All right, now you can see why I did the Hourglass first. Let's go ahead and try this Strawberry Blonde. I love a red lip. You guys know I'm in my red lip era, but sometimes it's too much, you know? Let's see. As I told you, Lisa Eldridge promised us a lighter texture, a moussier texture, and it She's right. Easy to line with it. What a messy, sloppy job I'm doing. That's okay. Okay, so this one, that's interesting. Let's see, let's get it back up here. I don't want too much product. My problem is I just tried on that Hourglass, which is so like mistake proof, and this is not mistake proof because it's a very dark red. It's no fault of the product. In fact, the product, other than my klutziness as I hurry, is very easy to apply. But this is a product that off camera I would be very meticulous with. That being said, it is very easy to wear. And for a red that you need to be meticulous with, I still did a sloppy job and it still looks just fine. You know, it really does. Now that it's on, it's kind of part of the lip. I don't think this is going to be fully transfer proof, but we'll see. That's a very easy bright red to wear. It was indeed easy to apply. I realize I didn't make it look easy, but had I just not been talking and been quietly sitting and just concentrating a tad bit more, it would have been beautiful. So let's see. Let's do the kiss test. Huh. Didn't transfer. But feels like it would, which is a good thing. Because when they feel like they don't transfer, they kind of feel like concrete, right? So, wow, very wearable. And not too hard to put on at all, especially for such a bright red color. Wow, that is really, really pretty. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's talk about what we have up here, okay? First of all, Make Beauty. I love everything they do. Great for summer, totally reliable powder. Can't go wrong with that. The Patch at Top products. I'm actually a little more impressed with how wide awake they made my eyes look. But this is a fussy process, and I don't know where you fall. You might be very committed to one side of this controversy or another. I kind of just let it pass. You know, essentially, it's just another complexion step. And if it's a complexion step that's going to make you happy and make you feel pretty, try it. I don't mind. I don't think I would get this in other shades, but I think this shade does work for my skin tone, a light medium skin tone, just to make it come alive. You know, you got to buy 2 products, and each one is how much? Each one is $30, $30 and $34. So this is $64. You know, I gotta be honest. I think it did kind of brighten my face. And what do I always complain about here? My dark pits of despair. So combined in and making my blush come alive and my under eyes look brighter, that might be a good $64 for someone like me. And it didn't take too long. It's a little fussy though. But think about it. If you struggle like I do with that part of your complexion, give this a try. Maybe I'll try it in another shade. I usually do these I bought more shades video. Tell me if you want a video like that, maybe trying another shade of that Patch at Top. I mean, I do think that looks pretty good, so maybe I should, huh? Okay, so that's what I think of that. Violette, if you like a cream to powder blush, this seems to be an excellent one. She has her one and done eyeshadow shades that are in this type of a compact too, and were released not too long ago that I reviewed. Love those too. Didn't do any eye products this time. Nars. You know, the Nars original Orgasm shade, which is very, very similar to this Love Deep shade. Get it, if I can get it open again. That looks very similar. To me, this is a blush topper or a highlighter. Kind of like a pink highlighter, and this is a highlighter, like where you scream it. Both pretty. This is settling down a little bit, but is showing texture. It is so highlighty, how could it not? Wearing these both together, you gotta really love highlight. To me, blush topper. To me, extreme highlighter, use with caution. I don't think you need either of these products unless you are a massive Nars fan. I'm impressed and all that, but I'm not like, wow, those Nars products. I am much more impressed by this Violette. I do think this is great. I mean, this is true cream to powder. It's on my cheeks now, and this isn't going to wear like a, I mean, it's not even coming off on my finger. It's not going to wear like a traditional cream, but applies like a traditional cream. So much more impressed by this formula. Nars, it's kind of nothing new under the sun. Lisa Eldridge, I do enjoy this. It's a bit of a more, in the compact here, it's a little bit like, oh, is that going to be greasy? But on the skin, I think it's very pretty and very subtle for a highlight, which I approve of. And then of course this lip shade, and you know her lipsticks, her lip liners, beautiful. And this lip shade, I was just messing around and chatting with you guys, and I still did a pretty good job, and I'm a big old klutz. So, spend a 30 seconds more and stop yapping, Rebecca, and it would be perfect. So I really, really like that. And lots of good reviews up here. This Hourglass, you like the blurring lipstick trend. This one is blurring, but feels really moisturizing, like a balm. Might even like this more than the YSL, which was my favorite. I just wish that they did these blurring balms. Only MAC does them in a ton of colors. Everybody else, it's kind of these sort of muted type of colors that are in the same range. But let me know. I think I should get, I often do an I Got More Shades video. I think a lot of things up here, except for the Nars, would maybe benefit from that video. So let me know. I would like to do, let's experiment with this in another shade. And maybe this Hourglass and maybe Violette. What do you guys think? Let me know. Let me know. Anyway, fun new products. Happy to explore them with you. All of them will be where I can up here in YouTube Shopping where they're available, but every single one of them will be linked down below in the description bar, along with information on where to find me, you guys. I'm over on Instagram and TikTok and Threads and Facebook. We have a membership here on YouTube that you can join. We have weekly lives on Fridays, or you can watch the replays, and I lead those, and I would love to see you there. We skipped out on any eye stuff this time. What do you know? So let me know if you want to see me buy some more shades of these. Say yes, because I kind of do. I kind of want to. I want to experiment with this. And let me know all of your thoughts in the comments, because I love to chat with you guys. Stay here for I got new Gucci coming up, the eyeshadow. And yes, we have those coming in hot. We have the Victoria Beckham Beauty, those new blush sticks. I don't know why you would need like a wand. I love Victoria Beckham Beauty though, so I'm here for it. So those are coming in soon as well. And I will see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.